Right, like looking at the list, I almost feel like if you just, you know, cover up the Delver of Secrets, the rest of it just looks kind of like a Team America bug control deck, right? It's got, you know, Dark Confidant. You've seen those in bug control lists before. Snapcaster Mage, of course. Tarmogoyf. Scavenging Ooze is, you know, a fairly new, but new-ish card. But that's no surprise. Nothing weird about that.
I'm surprised well, the weird thing about it is actually that it's sharing a deck space with Tarmogoyf. It's usually one or the other.
Yeah, that's true too. I can agree with you on that. But yeah, really, like if you kind of look at the list, you're looking at, you know, Brainstorms, Inquisitions, Thoughtseize. This looks kind of like a Team America bug control kind of thing. Yeah. He's got Hymn to Turok.
No Force of Will.
Oh, that's interesting.
No there's two in the main. There are two in the sideboard, I'm sorry. But none in the main.
Yeah, it's just kind of...
That'll be dangerous when John knows this. So he might be able... He can very easily play around Dazes and Spell Pierce with his 2 mana lands and his Chrome Moxen. So we're off.
Ryan Phraner on the play here. Polluted Delta. You're going to just see a turn 1 Delver here, I imagine.
Maybe a Thoughtseize.
Could be a Thoughtseize, some sort of discard spell. I mean, Thoughtseize and Inquisition. Well, Thoughtseize obviously hits anything. Inquisition hits all the fatties.
Pretty much everything.
Doesn't
but
hit
John's
Muldrifter.
Force of Will or Muldrifter.
Yeah.
So it's probably actually the preferable card in most situations.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see a Muldrifter in Legacy.
It's an Inquisition, so it's exactly the card that we're talking about. So, and we're gonna take a look now. It's gonna be tough to identify some of these that we haven't seen in a while. That's a Serendipity.
Yeah.
Chrome Mox, Sword of War and Peace, Force of Will, Ancient Tomb, and Double Island.
Holy,
so
that's a sick hand.
He's got the turn 1 Ifrit.
Ryan didn't have
the Inquisition.
turn 1 interaction.
Yeah. Turn 1 Delver would have looked embarrassing.
Yes, turn 1 Delver would have been an awful play. As weird as that sounds.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's not so awful as... I mean, it's still a Delver. It still would stay in play, but you would have been outclassed immediately.
Yeah, it would have been as Daze.
Yeah, that could have been good too.
That could have been...
Or even a Daze for the Chrome Mox. But, yeah.
Take
the threat. Right now, that basically makes it so that none of John's cards do anything besides Force of Will.
Well, Force of Will doesn't even do anything. He doesn't have a blue card.
You're right. Now he doesn't have a blue card. So, and he just drew a City of Traders. So right now, John Miklinevich
would you run out the Sword of Fire and Ice, or would you just play an island? Because the Force of Will probably is going to be imprinted on the Chrome Mox at some point. But it's just a matter of if you want to play around Daze on your sword or not, or... Yeah,
I mean, obviously I'm not I've never played with Sea Stompy, but I think, you know...
I mean, it's an interesting thing. He's going for it.
Yeah. It's not the worst thing to just go ahead and put the sword out there while you can.
He may not be able to. That's the only thing.
So Chrome Mox resolves, it appears. Imprints Force of Will, and we're going to see if the sword resolves. So sword on the stack. Do we have a Daze? I think we do. Yeah, there it is. Daze. And sword goes away.
You could tell that John was thinking about just playing Island and saying go. Yeah, I picked up another land, so not much going on for John. With a free turn, Ryan drew a Delver, has a Tarmogoyf.
And I think that's what we're going to see here. Yeah, there's a Tarmogoyf.
There's also a Brainstorm involved.
Yeah, I don't mind the sword play because that is a huge Goyf. But yeah, I don't mind the sword because, you know, if you're going to play around Daze, or I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's less likely for him to have Daze at that point than it is for him at any other point when he starts drawing. You know, next turn now he draws a card. Now what if that was the top card was Daze? You know what I mean? What if he didn't have it? Now he has it. You know, now you have an opportunity to possibly stick something that could be a game-breaking threat later on. You may as well try it.
That's awesome. Tarmogoyf is 5/6. There are 5 cards in the graveyard.
every card is different. We've got creature, artifact, land,
Inquisition hit a creature,
sorcery, instant.
days countered an artifact, and there's a fetch land involved.
And there's a Delver. Everything going Ryan Phraner's way at this point, even though John had what looked to be a sick opening hand. I mean, it's sick when there's no interaction, nothing to stop you. But
Ryan's
unfortunately
gonna
for John,
maybe do a Dark Confidant.
I think he either had Dark Confidant or, you know, maybe I'm crazy. I thought I saw one in there somewhere.
Okay.
I could just be wrong.
I believe you.
Especially considering it looks like he's going to cast something here. Just use the Misty Rainforest to find a Bayou.
I know that Ryan has a Brainstorm, so it's likely that he has a 2-mana card. Or else he would just Brainstorm
yeah,
before.
there it is. It is Bob.
Robert
Bob
Confidant.
Mocker himself.
It's cool that you can Delver and Bob in the same deck, that you can stack.
Yeah, that's an interaction you don't see very often.
Alright. Here comes a Serendipity.
Yeah, draws another one. He has 4 in the deck.
Likely a little bit too late, but we'll see. The Tomograph is not going to be easy to defeat.
Now, as far as ways to interact with a Goyf, he has Dismember. You know what I mean? But at this point, is not an answer.
So Ryan's stacking his triggers so that he can draw with Confidant first, and might have he drew a land with Dark Confidant, and then has his top card for Delver, I believe, is face down, and he just draws it. I'm surprised that we didn't see a Brainstorm from Ryan.
Yeah.
I guess the Delver flip isn't super important because like 3/2's not attacking through the Serendip anyway.
Sure, yeah, it's not that important to flip the Delver at this point. It's
but it would have been nice to
damage.
flip it with the Abrupt Decay that Ryan just drew off of it. So
yeah, getting the Abrupt Decay, flipping it, getting the Abrupt Decay, dealing with the Ifrit and smashing in for 10.
We'll probably end this game on the spot, but I think the game's...
It just might take another turn.
Yeah.
Basically, at this point, it's just not looking great for John.
Yeah, John doesn't have a ton of ways to catch up in a game. We have Inquisition coming, gonna reveal some lands. So, Ryan's never been happier to miss on an Inquisition. Abrupt Decay takes care of the Serendip.
As we suspected, and he's just going to get in for 8 here instead of the 10.
Right.
Doesn't really change the clock.
Right.
John now going to go down to 5.
I don't think there's a draw in John's deck that gets him out of this.
We'll see if he can prove us wrong or not.
Even some like sick Muldrifter into...
No, he drew Chalice with the board.
Yeah.
I think we're just going to go to game 2.
Right. I'm not sure why we haven't.
You know, go ahead and play that Chalice. Ryan's fine to not play any more spells at the moment because it's not going to take him much longer. Gets a land off of the Bob, flips the Delver with Abrupt Decay number 2, and is 10 enough? You're at 5. And scoop him up. So, Sea Stompy falls to Bug Delver in game 1. Ryan Phraner takes game 1 from John Miklinevich. So these guys, while they're going to go to sideboarding, we're going to ask you guys a trivia question.
We are.
We are. So that's what we do during the top 8. Those of you who might not know. During the top 8, we give away prizes to trivia winners. And the prize...
so when you answer the trivia question right,
a random correct
answer wins 3 months of Star City Games Premium.
That's right. So yeah, during the quarterfinals, it's 3 months of SCG Premium. During the semifinals, it's 6 months. During the finals, we give away a year. So right now, we're going to start with the 3 months. We'll start small.
Yeah.
All right.
Slowly. What's our question?
Our question, and I'll give you guys an easy one to start. I think it's pretty easy.
All right.
everybody's pretty excited. New set, Return to Ravnica. People want to use the new cards, even in Legacy.
Even in Legacy.
What new Return to Ravnica card have we seen the most of today in the Legacy
In the Legacy
Open?
portion.
Yeah, in the Legacy Open. We've only seen 2.
Yeah,
I believe we've only seen 2 actually cast, on camera. One of them has been seen a lot more than others. The other, I think we just saw 1, and that was it. So that's why I'm going to give you the easy one. I'm not going to give you the obscure one.
You even played on our first game.
Yeah, you can give them a hint like that. Yeah, you may have seen it very recently on camera.
Yeah.
So you tweet your answer with the hashtag SCGPremium, as you can see there down there in the middle. You don't need to include anything else other than that hashtag. We will see it. One random correct answer will win 3 months of SCG Premium access.
Yeah, if you tweet Joey.
I'm not looking at my phone during the. Hold on.
Sir, we're doing. Cover.
Oh, thanks for. Yeah, good. We're live now.
We're live.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Hello.
Tweet SCG Premium and not Joey Pasco or me. I'm not answering my phone either.
Yeah, not something we're looking at. I mean, I have Twitter up over here to my left on my iPad, but the internet's not working very well in the venue, or at least not the one I'm connected to. So I'm having trouble even looking at it. But luckily for you guys, I'm not the one picking the winner. That would be Shoebox and Choi, our director-producer combo over there, and they've got internet access. So
come on,
all good.
You know what time it is, Joey Pasco?
What time is it?
It is 8 o'clock. And do you know what round we're in?
Round 9.
Round 9. So we've done
9 of 8.
rounds.
We're round 9 of 8.
9 of 8. Okay, that's perfect. Well said. Did you know that we have done 8 rounds of Legacy? A format notorious for going to time.
Yeah.
Going slow. And
wow.
Our judge staff here, our event staff, has
they've been impeccable this weekend.
They've been fantastic.
Yeah. Getting things done in that quick of a turnaround, it's incredible. So shout out to our judge staff.
Yeah, shout out to the excellent event staff. Just get some of the best in the business. Some people that run these Star City events are the best in the business.
Yeah, absolutely. They know what they're doing too. You know, they're doing it. A lot of these guys are doing it week in and week out. And
also, there's not like these big like judge controversies.
Sure.
This week, that's another thing. We've had some issues.
Yeah.
Like some players, but like it's not nobody's fault or anything.
Yeah, everything's all been.
And the judge
very
has
good
handle
this weekend,
everything very well. So
absolutely.
Shout out to the judge staff as well.
So these guys going ahead sideboarding. There they are.
Time.
Now I don't even have to look down at the list. Oh, nice.
All right, so
my neck's hurting me anyways.
If you are playing we'll go to our resident sea stompy expert, Joey Pasco.
Hello.
And we'll decide what should John sideboard against the Bug Delver Menace.
You know, I'm just looking at the list just like you guys are. I don't even know.
I mean, if it was me, I would just side in Trinket Mage because it's my favorite card ever.
I would side in Jace because it's my favorite card ever. So okay. I think we figured it out. Let's go with your favorite cards.
Perfect sideboarding strategy.
I like the Spell Stutter Sprite. The Spell Stutter Sprite, a card that I've played from time to time in Legacy. I definitely played it in Standard and Block with in Fairies and Lorwyn Block era.
So at what point do you want the Sigil of Distinction?
Yeah, seriously, Sigil of Distinction. That's the sigil. That's the X casting cost equipment from Shards of Alara, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and
I believe it's that set.
It's a rare. I mean, it's the Shards block anyway. Maybe like Conflux or something. I'm pretty sure it's Shards of Alara. But why don't you want to put that up on screen, or is that awkward for this particular screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sigil of Distinction, but basically it's like it's a pumper. You know, it's equipment that
It's a Trinket Mageable equipment.
Yes, you can tutor it up with Trinket Mage and its equipment, and it basically, I think, it's just like pumps a guy, like plus X plus X or something. It's an X casting cost equipment, and
you remove a counter to equip it.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, you equip it once, and if you stick with just the one equip, you're good. The more you move
you have to move it around, the worse it gets. Yeah.
Basically, it's like, you know, try to think of it flavorfully. It's like, you are very, you know, I'm gonna give you this nice award. Don't give it around to other people because it just gets tarnished and worse, and you know, selling it off to the pawn shop and somebody else.
I definitely like Spell Starter Sprite against the low curve deck. I actually like Relic of Progenitus against the
It
Timer
shrinks
Void.
the glyphs. I mean, that's
and
something.
Snapcaster. Well, yeah, he has a list, so they know lists now.
Right, shrinks the glyphs. It kind
Makes
of
the
impedes
ooze-
the Snapcaster, makes the ooze.
Yeah, blanks makes
Not great.
Snapcaster Mage, Ash Coat Bear.
Right, so not so great.
So Ryan's very lucky. There's only one Inquisition in Magic.
Yeah, he is.
Only Kozilek carries out the Inquisition.
Yeah. So yeah, the Relic is something you might want to think about.
I'm not sure what comes out per se.
But this is such an odd deck.
Yeah.
That it's
Like,
hard to figure out
what kind of things aren't necessary. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Jace that will come out actually.
Yeah, just
to break your heart.
Just to upset me. Okay.
I could see something like Phyrexian Revoker coming out. Not much to name.
Not really doing much. I mean, there are 2 Jaces in the other deck, but just attack it.
If you're Ryan, you're just playing against a very, very unique deck, and you just want some ways to interact if you can.
Yeah, I mean, really, when you think about it, for Ryan, he's facing off against sort of a vanilla deck. It's like, hey, I mean, they're fast, they're all evasive, but there's nothing all that fancy in the deck. It's just kind of like guys that fly, fat guys that fly, and I'm going to try to make them bigger with equipment. So if you can,
I would
deal with creatures.
I'd avoid 1 casting cost spells if you can, because of Chalice of the Void. You can't avoid them completely.
Right.
But try and minimize the effect of that. The other thing you can do is that you don't want to play something like Vendilion Click that doesn't match up well against
right, the bigger guys, the
yeah.
guys that are like 3/4s, and you're like, I have a 3/1.
On the flip,
that good?
yeah. Also, like Pernicious Deeds, probably a little, way too slow.
You think so? I was
Yeah.
actually thinking that it could be good because it is nice, kind of a nice wrath effect. But then again, John's not playing a bunch of guys.
Correct.
So.
What I do like the GTAs.
Yeah, I like that.
I love the Diabolic Edict.
Yeah.
I think Diabolic Edict is one.
Doesn't matter how fat your dude is when you gotta sacrifice. I like the Abrupt Decays a lot that he has in there.
Yes.
It's gonna do a lot of work in this matchup because pretty much everything in the deck is hit by Abrupt Decay or Inquisition.
And I would actually, in the 1-drop theme, I would actually either side out the Spell Piercers or the Delvers.
I was thinking about the Delvers too, but because I feel like they're the weakest card in the deck.
You flip them and they still don't fight.
Yeah, even when they do what you want them to do, they're a little embarrassing compared to the bigger guys.
So we've got
John on the play. Oh, jeez. He's gonna have a turn 1 Sanded Ifrit. And Ryan unable to daze because he controls no islands here on turn 0 for him.
What a draw from John.
There's
you can make out what the last remaining spell in John's hand is.
I could not.
It is I saw him laying out his deck earlier, so I'm cheating.
Okay.
But it is a Judge Promo. Sword of Fire and Ice.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
This is the throwback Sword of Fire and Ice, like old frame.
Yes.
I love that.
Oh, it is beautiful.
I love it. I don't like foils myself, but I love the throwback old frame.
Fortunately for Ryan, unfortunately for John, it looks like Ryan has his copy of Abrupt Decay in his hand, so going to break up this.
Break up the little party we got going on John's side of the board. And that is that
Mox?
sword.
Yeah.
I think he just drew a Chrome Mox. Yeah, that's Chrome Mox. The second Chrome Mox just seems awful, doesn't it? When you draw it, the first one early, first
unbelievable,
turn, fantastic. After that, you're like, can I get a Thirst for Knowledge, please?
Yeah.
I want to discard this card.
I've always loved playing Thirst for Knowledge and Chrome Mox in the same deck.
Yeah, they work pretty well together.
Yeah,
the first one's great, and the rest you just want to.
The first one you just imprint the Thirst for Knowledge on Chrome Mox.
Yeah, and then the opposite, the other way around. Yeah. You discard the Chrome Mox to the Thirst.
Yeah. All right, so John did not play the sword, which I find somewhat interesting. Maybe he's playing on Spell Pierce. Maybe he knows he's going to have 5 mana next turn.
Exiling that imprinted Efreet, I believe, just to kind of keep it off the board.
I hate imprinting.
It's awkward because you're like,
Yeah.
where do I put this card? Do I put it under it? Like you saw him have it before,
Right.
but that's like kind of weird too.
I hate,
like, what's...
I hate having pieces of cardboard by my lands and not tapping them for mana.
Yeah, it
That's the
also
thing,
kind of
like-
throws you off. You're like, I have 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4. Wait.
I
don't
have
have
four pieces of cardboard.
Only 3
Yeah.
tap for mana. The other one's imprinted. But then you exile it, and it feels like it's not showing you what's on the Chrome
Yeah,
box. You know.
Right.
It's a good,
And
when
I believe he's just going to play a land.
play a land,
and
pass, let
pass.
him take the damage, and potentially abrupt decay on attack.
Yeah.
Unless he feels like taking another 3, but I imagine he probably doesn't feel like taking another 3. But he's going to try to get a little bit more damage out of John's Ifrit, which is damaging him for 1 a turn.
The other thing that's likely to happen is John's going to play a Sword of Fire and Ice and equip it and just basically waste his turn. Yeah.
So now access to 5 mana. John, it looks like he's going to go for the sword, and then when he goes for the equip, if the sword resolves here, when he goes for the equip, we're going to see an
I'd
abrupt
imagine
decay.
that the sword resolves.
I mean,
That's a beautiful sword.
it is. Yeah, when are we going to go back to the old card frame? Is that coming up sometime soon?
I don't think card frames rotate. It's all like
Unfortunate.
standard.
It's unfortunate. Really like the old card frame. I like the new card frame fine, but I like the old card frame a lot. It's a nostalgia thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I was talking on Twitter with some people a few weeks ago. Like, I would love to see them, instead of foils, sometimes, like, have throwback cards. You know, now we're going to see, okay, so it looks like sword resolves. John's trying to equip it. Ryan's going to respond. He's cracking his fetch land.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to see an abrupt decay on the Ifrit. So, yeah, I think it would be really neat, instead of getting a foil in every, in your packs, sometimes you get is like a throwback. You know, like the throwback jerseys, NFL, they wear their throwback jerseys
They
for
did
certain
that
games.
with the Zendikar Priceless Treasures.
Well, yeah, sort of. I guess that wasn't in every pack, but, or even like a lot of packs.
Yeah, like
But just to
one in
get,
every, like,
how cool
800
would it
boxes.
be to like have so there's the abrupt decay on the Ifrit.
So you're saying like
How
you
cool
open
would
a
it be
Return to Ravnica, okay, and you could get a
Old frame
chromatic
abrupt decay,
lantern,
or old frame chromatic lantern. It wouldn't be foil; it would just be old frame. So,
Huh.
but you would have like foils too. So there's a Thoughtseize from Ryan.
Teach you to Thoughtseize. You got my Chromox.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't want that in my hand anyway. Basically, it was a shock, and Ryan had to pay the mana for it.
All right.
0 casting cost shock. Well, actually, better than that.
Of course.
Oh,
5/6. It grew the Tarmogoyf. Perfect.
Yeah. No, I guess
Yeah, this is a real disappointing game.
it is. Sea Stompy is getting a little stomped
Sea
itself.
Stomped.
Yeah. Well, Sword of Fire and Ice still on the table for us to look at,
Yeah, it looks nice.
as opposed to the Sword of Ice and Fire, which is kind of like the Song of Ice and Fire. It's kind of like, Anyway, Magic the Gathering.
I love Magic.
I always get those mixed up when I'll talk about the George R. R. Martin series. I'm like, the Song of Fire and Ice, right? No, because Song of Ice and Fire.
That's it.
They switched it. Do you read those? Did you read those, or did you watch Game of
I'm
Thrones?
illiterate.
No. Did you watch Game of Thrones then? You didn't have to read that.
No, I don't.
Good show.
It's lost on me.
Really good show. Sorry about that. I'll just move on to a brainstorm from Ryan Phraner.
Yeah. It's okay, I like jokes that I don't get. So, Tarmogoyf in for 5, dropping John to 9 life. Precarious 9 life, even.
And a Creeping Tar Pit in play now for Ryan, and it's looking real precarious because there's 8 damage, 8 power worth of guys on Ryan's side of the board right now.
Well, there's a spell on John's hand.
I don't know,
It's
but he
even
can't
blue.
cast that Ancient Tomb.
Hopefully it's a Sea Drake. I hope it's a Sea Drake. It is a Sea Drake.
All right. So put the Sea Drake up there for us. Shoebox, can you do it? Thank you, sir.
And John's going to return 2 islands to his hand.
There it is.
Boom.
4-3 for 3.
Yeah,
when it
that
comes
is
into
a
play,
portal
return
2.
any 2 of your lands from play to your hand. And I assume Oracle wording doesn't say you must, or it doesn't like. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says 2 target. Okay, just the fact that it says 2 target lands, and if there's just no targets, there's no targets. Yeah.
Why is John not tapping his Chromox? Maybe he doesn't think it's imprinted?
Oh, it's definitely imprinted. What is he? Yeah. What is he trying to do here? He's trying to figure out the mana to pay for the Sea Drake?
No, he's already paid the mana for
That's
it.
what I thought.
Maybe he's trying to bluff something? I don't know. I don't think there's much for him to bluff. He got Thoughtseize last turn. I mean, there can't be much other plays than equip your Sword of Fire and Ice to the Sea Drake and don't tap your Ancient Tomb. Alright. Trying that. Are we equipped? Suit up. And we're suited up.
That's a big Drake. And sacrifice a guy. Yeah, I guess I'll sacrifice this guy.
So it looks like Ryan can simply attack with both his Tarmogoyf and his Tar Pit. And
he's just going to go Tarmogoyf, yeah.
Tarmogoyf and a Tar Pit would actually knock John to 1 and put him in a position where I don't think he could get out of.
I don't think he can get out of this, but yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to see Jace here. Yeah, there's Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Better than all.
And I'm going to Fate Seal you. And you can keep it. And I believe Ryan Phraner has advanced to the semifinals. Here in Providence.
That's a pretty safe assumption.
Yeah. And I also wasteland your land. Your 2-mana land there. And he draws a Chalice of the Void. Gee, I wonder why Ryan let him keep that. Plays an island, and I don't know that he has anything he can do. That other card, I can't see what it is.
I think it's
it looks like Mental Misstep. It's clearly not, but it looks like Mental
the
Misstep.
Illusory Angel. Yeah.
Chalice of the Void. You're gonna follow it up with Tezzeret and make it.
Alright, gotta get the Illusory Angel.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Into play before.
So
first
actually,
and likely only appearance of Illusory
Chalice
Angel on SCG Live.
Chalice comes down for 0.
All your 0 drops are dead, Ryan.
And Illusory Angel comes down. And Jace appears to bounce it, and Ryan just attacks for the win with Tarmogoyf.
So upsetting. I love seeing the cool decks, but I hate seeing them get run over.
Yeah, I mean, neither one of those games did it look like John was in it at all.
No.
And
he opened up with like 2 great hands too.
Right, but I guess if you've just got kind of vanilla guys, even if they're accelerated vanilla guys,
yeah, they're still vanilla.
They're still vanilla. You're not doing very much. You're basically, your deck is.
I'd rather have mediocre chocolate ice cream than the best vanilla I've ever had.
Well, I actually really like vanilla ice cream, so I can't use that particular analogy on that. But I just mean these guys.
Yeah.
All those guys were just big, but not even that big. You know what I mean?
Right,
like they were just average.
Tarmogoyf was bigger.
Yeah. And he cost less. He just didn't fly.
Right.
But